Well, I'm just redoing this Fluke 87 video because it sucked before I did do the unboxing and a look at the Fluke test leads that I also purchased. So we're going to look at the test leads briefly again. Yeah, these are Fluke TL175s. They are Cat 2 1000 volt, and that's when the shrouds are away. And you have a little clickable sleeve here that turns it into Cat 3000 and Cat 4 600. You can see the difference there. So a nice feature. The silicone is absolutely lovely. It's very soft, very pliable, probably very easily damaged. If you're like me, you've got a swivel chair on wheels and you wheel it around. I think I know exactly what's going to happen over the coming months, but at 25 quid, you know, these really are quite nice. The only thing I would say is if you do a lot of work like I do with your fingers, your skin can get a little bit hard, and these tend to be a little bit slippy at the end. Yeah, I would prefer the little plastic piece here to be a little bit bigger. I don't know whether it is bigger on the WaveTech I normally use. Yeah, you can see the difference here. That's quite a bit thicker, that ridge around them, so I would prefer that. But I guess I'll soon get used to it. You can get your thumb into this category display box there for a good grip. The main reason I don't use this Fluke 77 Mark III is because it is very, very slow response times. If you watch the display on the WaveTech, it's I don't think it could be very much faster between the open circuit reading and the correct reading. I was hoping that the 87 would be as fast, but actually it's not. It's a little bit slower, but it's much quicker than the 77. The 77 is so slow, it's ridiculous. If you're doing repetitive measurements, which I do all day long, you know, this really isn't. You know, you're probably talking a second and a half there before it gives you the correct reading, which yeah, is not good. Also, the continuity latching is not very good. You'll remember my tales of the continuity sounder failing on this one when a little drop of water fell down one of the post holes there a few years ago when I was, what was I doing? I think I was investigating a fault on a dishwasher, and ever since that tiny little splash of water went down one of these holes here, the continuity buzzer was on permanently, so I've had to disable that. But yeah, the response time is excellent on that. Now, the continuity buzzer on the 87 is incredibly quick. It would be virtually impossible to imagine anything quicker than that. So yeah, very pleased with that side of it. Now, there's all sorts of things that this will do. It's got a low pass filter on the AC. It has temperature. We also have a conductance and hertz. Not sure what the range is. You know, maximum ranges are on those. It's all in the booklet here. There's various hidden features that you access by pressing one of the buttons and then turning it on. So let's try that one. That's now discontinued. You cannot have the bleep. We've turned the bleep off, and that will remain off till you power off. Another one is this one, to relative, and that will now give you a good question. Actually, I'm not sure what that's doing. I'm going to have to read up on that one as well. High 2, not sure what that is. Oh, I think it's for the hertz. There is a high and low hertz figure. Anyway, look, the point was I just wanted to show you the display. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. The display in the workshop here wants to be more of an angle, which the back piece won't allow me to achieve, so I may well have to reposition where I use the meter. The display, once it's in the right position, is just as good, I think, as the 77, although the background of the 77 seems slightly lighter. You've got a 3 brightness level backlight if you're working somewhere where the display can't be viewed very easily. As you see, the WaveTech just turned itself off. Now it does that after a very short period of time, and that really is a pain in the backside. I can normally get from one repair to the next without it going off, but if anything takes longer than normal, this will turn itself off and I have to turn it all on again. This one turns itself to standby after 30 minutes, so there shouldn't be any issues there, but you can actually disable the power off feature by pressing one of the buttons as you power it up, and I'll tell you which one that is in a second. Yeah, the power off feature is disabled by pressing the yellow button and turning on. You'll see in the display there that it says P off, and that will now stay on permanently until you have turned it off again. In fact, I might as well run through these now because they're mentioned in the manual, but if you haven't got the manual, you'd never know about these features. If you use the min-max button on power up, you go into a calibration mode, and this is for servicing only, so this is not something you want to get into. It's also password protected. The range button, if held, enables the meter's smoothing feature, so if you press range and you go there, it is going to, you can see a little waveform there, it is going to smooth out a changing voltage. Perhaps if it's just varying very slightly, that will smooth out those changes and you'll get a more accurate figure of the, I guess it's going to be a sort of average almost, but it certainly smooths it out. So that's that one. The auto hold button, if you hold that at power up, it is going to light all the segments, so you can just see whether everything is working correctly or not, which it is. This is second-hand from eBay. I got it for £185. They're about £500 generally, which is a significant amount of money. Sadly, this one has been scratched. The display has been scratched here, which I didn't realise from the description, which is a shame. The rest of it will clean up very nicely, I'm sure, with a little bit of ISO on it. But £185, it's a real good buy. Didn't come with the nice Fluke leads, but I'll probably use these to start with, because they have got the bigger finger stops at the end. They're also Cat 3 1000 and Cat 4 600 10 amp probes. Not so nice in silicon as the other leads, but I'll probably use these until they give up, and then switch over to the other leads. Yeah, to disable the bleeper, the buzzer, you can press the bleeper there, so it says bleep, or beep rather, I keep saying bleep, and that is now off, even in the continuity mode. What else have we got? A couple more, I think. Yeah, if you hold the relative button and turn up, that enables the zoom mode for the bar graph. I think I'd have to read up on exactly what the zoom mode does. Don't know what the zoom mode does. I'll have to read up on that one. and the other one, the last one, is Hertz, hold and turn on. That says high 2, and that enables the meter's high impedance mode when the millivolt DC function is used. So that's what that one is for. Now this has got amps, milliamps and microamps, and microamps not much use for what I'm doing, but the electronics consumers, DIYers for electronic things would probably need microamps, and that's missing from a lot of meters if you look at the features. So yeah, that's about it as far as the features go. Obviously it's got minimum max, it's got auto hold, so you can press that and it will hold whatever reading it stabilizes at. I just turned it off. Okay, looks like you're going to have to read up on that as well. Oh dear. There we go. I think it's got to stabilise and then it will hold that till you turn it off. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm going to have fun with this over the next few months, just seeing how good it is. It's highly accurate. I forget the figures off the top of my head. They're all in the manual, but it's very, very accurate. Far more accurate than I need. But I thought it'd just be nice to have a decent meter to go with the other two. So yeah, sorry, it wasn't much help, was it, guys? But yeah, there you go. Thanks a lot.